Like guys, welcome back to the Sports Debate. Now, I mean, player with the reaction after the game. So, what do you make of the game? Where should we start? This game is just one of those games, not London Derby and all this. So, what is your thought on the game?
Um, Disappointed. I was very disappointed with that game, because it's one of them ones where.
But actually, like we lost the game. We haven't lost the game where we drew.
No, you know what it is sometimes, yeah? Sometimes, games like that feels like a defeat.
Can't hear you. Yeah.
That game felt like a defeat because we let Tottenham, we're at home in the North London Derby, yeah? And we let Tottenham go into the game. That's what I told you in the halftime when we spoke. I told you, listen, Tottenham are going into the game. It was 1-1, yeah, and they're going into it. We're letting them pass the ball around, even though they're not doing anything with it. Their whole tactic was give it to Maddison in that middle. He's dropping deep between the two centre-backs, and he's pinging it. He's always finding Kulusevski, and Kulusevski is finding Song, so they're going to make something out of it. Basuma is winning his battles in the middle, especially when Declan Rice went off. Jorginho came on. That's when I commented, I'm not feeling confident because I can see where the game was going. And then I know everybody's going to try and blame Jorginho for what he did. And he shouldn't have done that at that place. He should be releasing the ball a lot earlier. But Jesus should have won us that game. Eddie Nketiah should have won us that game. We shouldn't have got to that place. When you're talking about small margins and world-class players, this is what I keep on talking about, innit? Players are going to make mistakes, yeah? But when you get your chances, you're ruthless, you take them. And today we were not ruthless. We didn't take our chances. We let Tottenham go into the game, and they felt like, okay, let's go toe-to-toe with them. And they did. They brought the game to us, and they walked away, the happier team, with a point that feels like free to them.
Yeah, because they haven't had a draw for it. I can't remember last time they had a draw. I think it was years ago.
Yeah, it's at the Emirates. They know that. Tottenham know that Emirates is a different ball game for them. So yeah, it is what it is.
All right, like for me, okay, Pams, you go ahead before I can. What do you think?
I just want to say, I think it was a good game. First of all, man, it was a great. For me, I was impressed with the way that Tottenham came and played with no fear. Do you know what I mean? Like the first half, I'll say 30 minutes, 25 minutes, you lot had them. You lot kept pinning the back, winning the ball higher.
We were the better team anyway, Forza.
Sorry?
I said, Forza, we were the better team.
Yeah, but the first half, when they did create that chance to score that goal. It wasn't like, like they got lucky or something. They actually created it and they scored. And then from then, they were holding their own, man. Sick passes, like intricate passes, and then they were fighting back. First half, even when it ended, you could see that Tottenham are they're not gonna lie down easy in this game. So yeah, I thought it was a good game. Second half, I think they turned up though, man. They really did. Yeah.
I think the second half went against us when Rice came off, and then they must be looking at us. Rice is off. We've got Jorginho in the middle, so Basuma knew he had more power than Jorginho running that, and Maddison also knew. Listen, I can press Jorginho now because he's going to make mistakes, and that's where their goal came from. So, and today we didn't score goal from we didn't score goal. This own goal and a penalty, so we can say it's not open play goal. But
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's as much as the banter is there. It is a matter. If Arsenal fans, if we're talking about challenging for the title, it's a matter of ruthlessness. It's like games like this, you go away, you tuck them away because you're challenging for the title, but you don't walk away with a point when you could have had 3 because you lapsed in concentration because that's what.
But I think Tottenham could have had 3 though. I don't think it's just Arsenal that could have had 3.
Spurs could have had 3 in the game.
Yes, Spurs could have had 3. So it's one of them ones where if you look at Tottenham, if they had better players to come off the bench, they could have nicked it. honestly, because that chance that fell to Richarlison, or even the Son one, yeah, like Son is a good finisher, but he's not a Kane. Tottenham, if Tottenham get a proper striker, yeah, this team could be a problem because you could see like their midfield, they have young legs in the middle, man. They don't get bullied in the midfield. Basuma, I
For
thought
me,
Basuma was amazing. I thought Basuma was amazing today, bro.
For me, I thought
Like,
Basuma was amazing because of the midfield was like a bit open.
nah, come on, you can't say that, man. Come on, you can't say you can't say Basuma was amazing because of you guys. Come on, Basuma's a great player. Everyone knows that.
He was amazing. Yes, he was amazing. Yes, but who is he playing in front of? He's playing in front of Fabio Vieira. He's playing with Rice.
But that's not his problem, though. That's not his problem. What it is? Don't. But you're trying to discredit him. That's not his problem.
I'm not discrediting. I'm saying he did well. He did well. But also look at the Arsenal midfield.
Okay.
Look at the Arsenal.
But I don't know. But that's not his problem. That's not his problem, bro. That's team. Your manager picked that team from a full fit.
My manager picked that team. We're missing players as well.
Who's missing?
You know what? It's so
you're making excuses. So is making too many excuses.
The manager for this one, yeah. I have to say, as an Arsenal fan,
just help me.
The manager got it wrong. Yeah,
it's
like
he
got it wrong. Arteta needs to start having confidence in some of his players. Like Reece Nelson should be starting this game. Yeah, it's not like Martinelli, but he gives you the same similar type of player to Martinelli. He will stretch the fullbacks. Yeah, or if you're like, okay, I don't want to start Reece Nelson because he's not fit or whatever the reason is, you give Smith Rowe his chance.
Yeah, but
this is the game.
Basuma, how to call it? Pams is saying Basuma had a good. Yeah, but Basuma first 10-15 minutes, he was giving away the ball easily in their half. Right?
That doesn't matter.
Okay, that's fair. Okay,
My point is, talking of yes, he run this. Look, who is he playing from? Jorginho don't have the legs, and Jorginho is been rubbish anyway. For me,
it's a 90.
Now 1 minute you got Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz will not press. He will not be physical.
No, so I think now you're actually making an agenda. You're making an agenda against Kai Havertz because when Kai Havertz came on, he gave us something different.
Yeah, he did well.
Yeah, so I don't feel like Basuma had a good game. Basuma had a good game, full stop. It doesn't matter if it was Jorginho. It doesn't matter if it was Fabio.
What's going on?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Basuma had a good game in the middle, especially in the second half.
He did. Well, yeah.
Especially in the second half. Even Sarr had a good game. Good game. So, as Arsenal fans, we just have to take this one on the chin and move on to the next one.
We didn't play up to our standard. We didn't play up to our standard. You know.
We didn't control
what I
the
want
game.
to say, you see what you said with the Basuma thing, like when you're saying, oh, you see Rice against Everton. Like I can say that against any midfielder. It doesn't matter who you come up against; it's what you do. So Basuma had a good game because he was playing against Vieira, and no, bro, it's a proper player. Even before Tottenham, everyone knows.
Listen.
So when he has a good game, sometimes you just have to sit back, put him credit.
Like this Basuma guy,
don't say it's big.
For the majority of last season, he didn't do nothing. He was absent throughout the season.
Tottenham. So name me more than two players in the Tottenham team that did something last season.
More than two players. Again, I don't want Tottenham like Tottenham.
There you go. Okay. No. You just said he didn't do nothing last season, and now you're saying you don't watch Tottenham. You can't judge. You just like you can't judge Richarlison last season. You can't judge Basuma last season.
Yeah, but Richarlison
and you know it.
Than Basuma. Basuma hardly picked in the my-day squad, and that's facts.
Basuma was injured for some of that season as well. Every player can have a bad season, so don't say it's because who is he playing against. You have to look at it. You have to give credit when credit's due. You have to give credit.
I said, listen to what I'm saying. Basuma had a good game, but that good game. Sometimes you need to look at the players that you've been playing in the midfield.
I can look at there's Declan Rice has had many bang average games, but you say he had a good game. Just because he plays for Arsenal.
No. Basuma how to call it? Rice didn't have a bad game. You don't watch Arsenal like we do. Rice.
Well,
Today,
I don't think he's amazing. Like when I say that Reverend Wright has an okay game, you don't like it because he plays for Arsenal.
Game, Rice was poor. Today was the first day I've watched Rice. I'm like, yeah, today is poor. Yeah, but maybe also
is that because he's playing against Basuma and Sarr and
no,
them,
he's got injury. That's why
because of that then.
He's got injury. That's why the manager took him off. Right?
Whoa, hold on. Okay, whoa, hold on.
No,
we're not gonna do this. Okay, cool. The manager took him off, but you don't start using injuries in the first half as an excuse.
I'm not using injury. Basuma was not great first half. He was not great. He wasn't.
Basuma grew into the game. You don't have to be great just for one half.
Towards the end of the first half, he grew into the game. Towards the second half,
exactly. Arsenal were dominating. Arsenal were dominating the first part of the first half. So that makes sense.
Yeah, this is it. That's why I said the way you gassing up Basuma like he played the full 90 minutes.
I'm not gassing him up. I'm not gassing him up. I saw what he did, and you don't like it because I'm saying he had amazing game.
We had a good game. If Partey was fit, do you think Basuma will control the midfield like that?
So now it's about Partey. But I thought Rice is the guy.
I'm just asking you a question.
No. I thought Rice is the guy.
Huh? Rice is the guy, yeah.
I thought Rice is your guy. Now, why are you mentioning players that all I keep hearing? If it's not about ifs. Face the game. Tottenham did what they had to do.
Yeah, Tottenham did what you told me
weeks
ago. Listen, you told me weeks ago. Partey is better than Rice, and I said to you, yes, Rice needs to adopt the system. That's
if Partey was fit, yeah, he's not playing in Rice's position. So what are you talking about?
No, you don't know. Partey, that's Partey's position, midfield 6.
Rice is a 6.
Right?
Rice is a 6.
If Partey is fit, is Basuma going to control the midfield? You don't know.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can. He can control it. Yeah. Let me answer your question.
If that's the case, when we play Tottenham years ago, then he could have controlled the midfield, the same midfield. And when we play
how many seasons has Basuma been at Tottenham?
He's been at Tottenham 3 seasons. Now.
Basuma, no. Basuma didn't Basuma come to Tottenham last season?
No, he wasn't. He was there 3 seasons, fam. 3 seasons.
Okay, hold on.
Those 3 seasons, he was playing against Partey, and Partey was dominating every game.
Yeah, and Tottenham were bad in both seasons.
That's it.
So this is football.
We have a bad game.
Sometimes you can get a manager. That can that the player fits his system better than the other manager. So you could. All I keep hearing is excuses. Sometimes just put your hand up.
We're saying Tottenham played well, Basuma played well. Yes, but let's see if Basuma is going to continue his form towards the end of the season like Partey did last season. Let's see.
You know what it is?
Let's see. It's good to have 5 games or 6 games, but when it's tough, like this, then 2 games a week. Let's see if Basuma will be able to adopt that.
Okay, I'm sure he will because he's a good player. But I know you just come off a derby and maybe you are talking of.
No. He did well.
And you want to make excuses, yeah.
When Basuma was at Brighton, I like Basuma. I wanted Arsenal to sign him. I like Basuma.
Well, he clearly just showed you don't become a bad player overnight. You don't become a bad player overnight.
No, it's good.
But Basuma had a good game, but overall his rating was 6.9, and Rice only played 45 minutes. His rating was 6.7. Yeah?
Who does this rating? Listen, we need to stop these looking at other people making us I'm not gonna look at the internet to tell me how well a player done. You can watch a player and make up your own mind, bro. It's not about rating, bro. What rating? But to end of the first half, Basuma was there breaking things up. I'm not a stats guy. You can have the stats.
Other people are stats guys, yeah. So anyway, I don't care about the comparison, yeah. We should be tucking them away. Gabriel Jesus should be scoring. Edin Nketiah should be scoring. And we need to look at Arteta. Today he bottled it. Why you starting 2 strikers? Why you starting Gabi and Eddie? Eddie was bang average. Why are you even taking Gabriel Jesus off and keeping Eddie on the pitch? I'm looking at it from an Arsenal point of view, in it, yeah, Arsenal perspective. Gabriel Jesus should have played the whole 90 or as long as he could. I know he's coming back from injury. Edin Nketiah should have been off. Put some trust in your players. Give some trust to Smith Rowe, especially North London derby. It was just last season. Smith Rowe and Bukayo Saka ripped these man up in the derby 3-1. So why all this massive overthinking and is a game you must win, and you could see we were the better team, yeah, when it kicked off. But it's like as the game carried on, it just like we lost control of it because we didn't control it. We were not passing the ball. We're trying to go toe to toe with them all the time. Like slow the game down. The whole game.
But El, can I just say, you can't say one thing happened because of what two players done a few seasons ago. Like, I think you guys are failing to realize that this is a different Tottenham team, even from last year.
That's why I said as well. I am impressed with Tottenham. I was impressed how I was impressed with the
game management. Very good game management.
Management was very good. They were in the first 20 minutes, Tuna Saka scored. They was thinking, wow, this could turn into a really bad day for us. But then the manager was calm. He didn't lose his head. Yeah, the players grew into it. And then when they got the chance, because we were everywhere, when we scored the first goal, we should have started controlling the game from then. But we didn't control it. We were giving the ball away. They're coming back at us. And that's where it all comes from. It's not about individual players today. It was about game management, and we got it wrong. That's all I can say about this game. It's frustrating.
I think if we had like Trossard fit today, and
I don't care if we had Trossard or if we had Partey. I'm talking about these players are good enough.
I'm not even talking about Partey. Partey probably.
You're talking about Trossard. Like it doesn't matter if it was Trossard, if it was Partey, if it was Declan Rice. These players are good enough. Yeah, we need to make them accountable because we're talking about competing for the Champions League and competing for the Premier League against City, and you're talking about like players like Fabio Vieira.
Yeah, my point is earlier. You mentioned like Eddie had chances, yeah. So this is where I'm coming from. I'm saying with the chance that Eddie had, yeah, or with Jesus, that last chance, yeah. With Trossard will bury those chances. Facts.
It doesn't matter. Trossard is not fit. You need
but he wasn't there. Trossard wasn't there.
Yeah, you need the players that are on the pitch need to prove it every single week in, week out. It does not matter. Like look at if you want to compare. You look at City, Haaland comes out, Alvarez comes in. It's not a massive difference. Yeah, now they've got Nunes, Foden. It's not a massive difference. They've had De Bruyne out. Yeah, and I'm sure Rodri being out as well could affect them. But it's not going to affect them because the players that are going to come in are going to convert their chances when they get it. And that's the difference between Arsenal making it to the next level now. Some of these players need to get rid of that mentality of like, feeling sorry for themselves. When you get your chances, take them. Because it's that margins in it. Because at the end of the season, you can come to 3 points between third and fourth and between first and second. Yeah, so I just feel like we threw one away today. We let Tottenham get back in the game, and they've shown what they can do. So the only other thing is, I'm actually very surprised how they came. The manager needs to learn from this and come and learn and be like, you know what? I don't think the system was bad, but I think the personnel he used was bad. If you're going to use Gabriel Jesus or Eddie Nketiah, play one ahead of the other, especially in a game like this. You need one focal point. Yeah, you can see we needed a focal point badly in the end. Yeah, so and I feel like Eddie was bang average and Eddie played the whole 90 minutes. That didn't make sense because the manager he overthrew it.
When I was game on Forza, I was saying like second half, yeah, I need Eddie to come off and then bring on like Reece Nelson or at least you know me and you spoke in for halftime. So bring on Reece or Smith Rowe at least because I feel like Eddie was not bad, but he was not.
He was average. Eddie was average. I told you this last week. Yeah, I'm not like. With Arsenal players, I'm not holding back no more. Eddie was average, yeah. In the first 35 minutes, Eddie, like he looked tired. You 35 minutes into a game, you've missed the last. He didn't play in the Champions League, so you should be the one leading the press. He looked tired after 35 minutes. A couple of weeks ago, I told you the same thing. I'm like, yo, Eddie looks tired after 60 minutes. I don't know what that's about. He can't press consistently for 90 minutes. Just a couple of weeks ago, I told you this. And the same thing is happening again. If Edward Nketiah wants to be Arsenal number 14 for the long term, mate, you have to be there. Even that chance at the back post, the one guy never was going on about, he should be challenging for that. But he stood like right at the back of it. Oh, come on, man.
Right, this is what I said. This is why I said it comes down to the manager. This is why the manager needs to be criticized today because what happened is And then how can you take out Jesus here and you bring on, who did you bring on?
Yeah, but we don't know because Gabriel Jesus is coming back from injury. Like, but still, it
No.
doesn't matter if. But Eddie and Gabby both should have taken their chances.
Yeah,
They
but that's
both
true.
should have been taking their chances, and
But
I
who's
just think
more
the
likely
manager
to
this
take
one
chances?
he got it wrong.
And I got a question. Who's more likely to create chances, Eddie or Jesus? Jesus.
Who's like, pardon?
Who's more likely to create chances?
Yeah, it's Jesus, but it's like if you're taking the player off because you're trying to slowly walking him into fitness, yeah. You give him, because last week Gabriel Jesus got what, 60 minutes in PSV, yeah, against PSV, 60, 70 minutes or something like that. This week, decide, you know what, I'm gonna give you 80 minutes. Edin Ketia is gonna come in 10 minutes later, yeah. I just told the manager got it wrong. That's all I'm going on about. The manager got it wrong. And the players on the pitch that had their chances, that should have known the importance of this game to the fans. That was Eddie Nketiah. You came from hell end, even though.
But I think you've been too harsh on Eddie. Yes, Eddie was no good. Come on,
We have to be.
But so I just want
We
to
have
say,
to be as fans. We're
you see
talking
with
about
Eddie Nketiah. You see with Eddie Nketiah, I had this conversation with Lamin a long time. Yeah, I'll be real, and I think I had a conversation with Sani on the group. He is not ruthless. It's simple. He's not, bro. He's not good enough to be Arsenal striker.
He needs to come to that next level. If Eddie Nketiah is talking about being Arsenal number 14, he needs to be ruthless. We're talking about world-class players now. You go in the Champions League, you're seeing players like Vinicius. Yeah, it's like these are world-class players. Benzema did it for how long? For Real Madrid. If you're going to compete with Real Madrid, with Bayern, Harry Kane as their number 9, Barcelona got Lewandowski, PSG got Mbappe and Kolo Muani. These are different caliber strikers. Always got Gabriel Jesus who do good interlink play, but we haven't got a focal point. We need to go out there in the market, get a focal point. Even if that's in January, I don't even care at the moment. Go get Tony from Brentford. Like, we need a striker that can score goals.
That's why we need Tony. But 1 minute, let me come on this Jorginho guy, yeah? That's why I've never wanted Jorginho in the football club, because this Jorginho guy.
Nah, you can't. Jorginho. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna sit here and let you come down on Jorginho.
No. Wait. I have to. Jorginho is experienced, number one. Yeah.
Yeah, he made a mistake.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Experienced player with that, like the last man at the back. Yeah, you got too many options. Kick the ball on through, pass it to the keeper, pass it to Gabriel. Gabriel was standing there. I don't know. Gabriel Silva was standing there. Instead, you want to take a chance. You don't have the legs here. You're too old. You can't run, right? You don't have the legs.
Yeah? Right. He made a mistake.
How old is he?
Huh? Jorginho started. He's old. He don't
come on. 30 is not old, man. Come on, bro.
Right. He made a mistake. Jorginho made a mistake.
Jorginho don't have the legs. Come on. He doesn't have the legs.
Jorginho made a mistake. Fair enough. Yeah. He made a mistake. Yeah.
If a young player made that mistake, I can understand. But an experienced player like Jorginho, come on. For me, Jorginho cost us the game to the last. He did cost us the game.
He made a mistake. Even after that, how many chances did we have to try to get back in the game?
Yeah, you didn't lose the game because you did not win the game because
we
of
conceded.
No.
We conceded.
We lost the game because we drew the game because of Jorginho. That game should have been whatever the
Tottenham. Come on. That was like in the 60-something, 50-something minute, man.
But still,
you had loads of time.
That goal that he gave away, that's not acceptable as a player like Jorginho. Come on.
But it happens.
He made a mistake. He made a mistake. But the fact is, we should have taken our chances in it. The players are going to make mistakes.
That's no mistake. When you have chances, places to give the ball, that's no mistake.
It's a mistake, boy. He made a mistake because he thought he could have took him on. Yeah. If he would have taken him on, that's Maddison out of the game. It would have opened up the game even more. Yeah, but it's like we can't be here blaming Jorginho for that. Me
personally, I have to blame Jorginho because for me, Jorginho have so many options to give away the ball. Pass the ball to the keeper, pass it to Gabriel, kick the ball to throw. This is a derby game.
I have a question for you guys. During the game, Gary Neville said something, and as I thought about it, and I actually agreed with him. He said when you guys, he goes, obviously, Arteta's an emotional manager. Arsenal are a very emotional team. Not like all emotion is bad because there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of hunger. But then he said the celebration, he said like when Saka scored, like that it was a penalty though. Like he went to the crowd, they all like going mad, and then you guys conceded like 10 seconds later. He said like this is a derby. Like after that penalty, there was no need for that much celebration. You guys need to get back in position and switch on. So do you think you guys like over celebrate in
No,
games,
I wouldn't
like
call that
mid games?
I wouldn't call that over celebration. I understand what he's saying. Like you should be focusing after when you score, you should be focused. 100% agree with that with him. But to over celebrate a derby anyway, you're gonna celebrate.
You know what it is? I don't think the goal has anything to do with the celebration.
No, they just have switch on. That's what I switch on.
Yeah, I don't think I see what he's trying to say, but it's like any other game. Gary Neville never gonna be on Arsenal side. Yeah, if you're playing City and Rashford scores a goal and it's 2-1, you're gonna celebrate. It's only natural.
Not like that. Not in a pen. Not with a pen. Like if it's a banger, I get it. If it's a banger,
it doesn't.
Let me just say something.
All right, we're gonna watch the Manchester derby, and we're gonna see how you lot celebrate later on.
It's a derby. Derby is emotional, but
derby, there's emotions involved.
I know it's emotional, but I'm saying, yeah, like if you're scoring a banger, yeah, like I remember when Wayne Rooney scored like that overhead kick. If you score a banger, you go into the crowd, you celebrate. But it's a pen. When you score a pen, and you know what it is? It's not even like it's last 10 minutes.
Well, it doesn't matter.
10 minutes, but it's like
that. Modu, we can't be talking about celebrations. And in football is an emotional game.
I'm not saying it. I'm saying Gary Neville said it. He's saying, and by the way, he's not saying you shouldn't celebrate. He was saying, yeah, like how quickly you lot conceded that goal. That's what he was saying. He was saying like
it's like this happened. It happened the other day when you came to Emirates. You scored and we scored straight after kickoff. That happens, innit? You understand? Like players lose.
Yeah, but we're not stable, man.
I don't think it was not a team it was not a whole team mistake or the team. It was an individual error.
Okay, so you guys don't agree?
No.
I agree. You know, we don't agree with Gary Neville.
No, listen, I agree with Gary Neville. Yeah, for the fact that he said when you score a goal, you need to switch on and concentrate.
Yeah, because you're most vulnerable. Yeah.
Yeah, but with the goal celebration, I don't have any problem with the celebration. You know, celebrations are usual, especially in a derby. But yeah, I do your money got it wrong. We'll go into the player ratings anyway. You know, so we'll start with keeper. I don't think the goals that we scored, they be considered about Raya. I don't think Raya, you know, is not one of all those goals. Have you seen the save that he did in the first half? I thought that goal, you know, so you can see why Raya, you know, is a better keeper than Ramsdale, you know.
No, hold on. I think that save, yeah, I think that was a bad miss, bro. Because when Brennan Johnson hit that, he placed that perfectly in the middle, and he was leaning back.
If it's a bad, I was watching that. You know, the thing is, I was watching that with my missus, and I told her, he should have smashed that. Brendan Rodgers should have smashed that. If he smashed it, there was even no power on that. Yeah,
but it was a good save. Don't get me wrong, very good save.
But still, it was a good save because he got to it, and he got to where the ball is, and he kept it out of the net. But then again, the whole defending was sloppy right after that. Ben White, William Saliba, and Gabriel were all in that section, and Song still managed to get to the ball between them. I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
I feel like if as the defense had a bad day today, the defense really had a bad day today. And, you can't blame the goals on Raya. I'm just going to go into the ratings. You can't blame the goals on Raya. Yeah, because he did what he was supposed to do. Yeah, his defenders should have helped him out there a little bit more. So I would say Raya is 7. Yeah, he deserves that.
What pumps are they building? Neutral pumps. What would you give Raya?
No, I'm not rating Arsenal players. Let me rate the Tottenham players.
You can rate them low.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. So Raya, I think he didn't do nothing wrong. I can't remember anything he did wrong. I'll probably say like I'll give him for a keeper 7, solid 7.
Yeah, I think I'll go for 7. I could have gone for 8 or 9 if he didn't concede, but because he conceded 2 goals, so I'll give him 7. 7 is a fair play. So we'll go on the left back, Zinchenko.
Afterwards, Zinchenko could have had a better game today. And out of the defenders, he had the better game than all of them. Because he was still trying to make things happen. He was getting in the midfield, making the passes. He was trying to make things happen. But still, because I'm going to be very harsh on these defenders today. So, Zinchenko, I'll give him a 6.5.
6.5.
Yeah.
Pumps?
I'll be real. Me, I'm not a big fan of Zinchenko. Today he didn't really do much wrong. Kulusevski did have a good game, but
It's never
for me,
pleased him. Like, and I didn't see Kulusevski. He had a good game every time on that right hand side, but he never
he didn't take him on, but he was finding some very good passes. So for me, Zinchenko didn't like what I used to see when he plays like his defensive lapses. I didn't see that, so I'll give him a 6. It was okay.
Yeah. I'll because of it considered at the back, I'll give him a 5. So we'll move to the Gabriel. I think Gabriel was better than Saliba today, to be honest. But El, you gone? It's your player, I think so.
Gabi, he was decent, but not good enough. Like games like this, you need your centre back pairing when it's not going right to stand up and be accountable for. So with Gabi, I'm gonna give him a 5.5. I'll point it with the defending today.
I'll probably give him a 5. I don't think he was better than Saliba. Yeah, I'll give him a 5.
Yeah, I'll give him a 4 because he considered goals. So yeah, we'll move El Saliba.
William, I thought he had a good game. There was a couple of times Brendan Rodgers tried to take him on, even some tried to take him on. He got the ball. He was very composed at the back again. He was, out of all of our defenders, I think he was the better out of the two. But I'll give him a 6.
Okay. Hey, Pumps.
Who's this? Saliba?
Yeah.
For Saliba, yeah, I'll give him a solid performance. Yeah, good performance, man. Good performance. I'll give him a 6. But I think he's better than that. He can be better than that.
Yeah, I'll give him 5 because he's considered. If not, I could have given him 7, but I'll give him 5. Yeah, we'll move. Ben White.
Ben White, he didn't have a bad game, to be honest. Like, he didn't. But again, the goal came from his right hand side, even though Saka should have been tighter to Maddison the whole way, but he should be there backing up Saka anyway. So because of that, I'll give him the same rating I gave Gabi, 5.5.
Pumps.
Ben White, I'll probably say a 5. I didn't really see, like the mad runs Ben White making last season. I don't know if that's because Saka's cutting in and shooting more, but he's not as effective. And defensively as well, who was the Tottenham player that came? Solomon, yeah, that Solomon guy. He came on and he put his stamp on the game as well. Yeah, so Saliba, Ben White, I'll give him a 5.
Yeah, I'll give Ben White a 5 as well. Let's go move quickly. Rice.
Declan Rice, 45 minutes.
It was not that great.
I thought today, like the first 45 minutes, I have to say I did miss the first 15 minutes of the game because I had technical difficulties putting the game on. I was so frustrated. But so I've only seen him for half an hour. So, but from what I've seen, I'll give him a 6.
Pumps.
I know you're waiting for this one, innit?
1.4.
No. For me, my opinions on Declan Rice is, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna every game I'm gonna watch him. Like, yeah. I think the first 10, 15, 20 minutes, I think he was right. He was trying to rush in to nick the ball quick, like from the Tottenham's defense midfielders. Yeah, I think it was alright, but it was okay. I give him a 5.
Yeah, Rice, same. I'll give him a 5. He was not that. Today is the 4th day. I just watched Rice and I'm like, he was having a very poor game, Even though he was better than Jorginho because he can like win his battle and all this, So I'll give him 5, But yeah, we'll go move to Fabio Vieira. I think Fabio Vieira was poor. Go on then, El.
Vieira. I thought Vieira should have stayed on the pitch. My opinion. I just thought he should have stayed in the pitch. You shouldn't have taken Vieira off. He took him off too early. If you're gonna do it, give him a chance because that guy can find the pass out of nowhere. But I do understand when you take Rice off, keeping Vieira on with Jorginho, you're gonna lose a lot. So with Vieira, what I've seen of him this game, I'll give him a 5.5.
Okay. So Pams?
Yeah, Vieira. I think he's starting to settle a little bit in England, but yeah, I think he can do better, man, with his performances. I'm not really seeing anything like he should be taking Havertz out of that team because Havertz is not in his best moment. Yeah, I'll give him a 4.5.
Okay. Yeah, Vieira, I think Vieira, for me, Vieira was poor anyway. He did few minutes, when the game started, about 10 minutes, he was all right. He went quiet. For me, Vieira is 4. I'm giving Vieira 4. Odegaard. Oh.
Martin. Today, I was disappointed with Martin today because these are games where, like against PSV, like Martin took control of that game, like taking it to the opponent, making trouble. But I think it was Eddie or someone made a run and he didn't see it. I was like, that's not like Odegaard today. That was one of his definitely worst performance of this season. And because of that, it was still all right. I'll give him a 6.
Odegaard, bro, what a wonderful player, man, honestly.
Yeah.
But for me, when you lot gave him the captaincy, my first thing was, does he have the personality? You get me? Like, does he have the personality to captain Arsenal? Because personality is not just about skill or what you can do on the ball, but your presence. I thought Maddison had a better game than him. I give him a 5.
Listen, you know what, with Odegaard, I don't think Odegaard, for me, Odegaard was not the reason why we lost the game. I don't think he was brilliant, but I don't think he was bad as well. So for me, I'll give him 6. I think Fabio Vieira had a poor game than Odegaard. You know, saying it, we didn't play rating. Odegaard.
Martin Odegaard didn't have an amazing game, but he wasn't poor either. He was demanding the ball. He was pressing, worked his socks off. So I'm gonna give him a 7.
Basically, we've been talking about Rice earlier. What would you give Rice as well?
Rice, you obviously saw the difference he made when he came off. Rice, he's a boss in the midfield. He made sure Maddison didn't have a game. He made him drop very deep.
Yeah.
And you saw exactly what happened. As soon as we lost Rice in our midfield, we lost the battle in the middle of the park. Jorginho coming on, you're so deep. Losing that ball where you lost it cost us the game for me. We would have definitely got all 3 points today if Jorginho just kept it simple, received the ball, play it very quickly. You don't delay the pass there, man, because as soon as you lose it, the position is at the back of your defense.
The problem is, it was the last man. What kind of useless
exactly
things? Nobody understands. Can't lose the ball as a last man. But yeah, what would you give Rice as well? Saliba and Ben White.
Ben White, for me, he was disappointing in his defensive duties today. You know, his anticipation of the ball was poor. He was letting the winger come inside of him rather than showing him down the line. So I'll give him a standard average 5 today. But attacking wise, he was doing his bit. He was overlapping, underlapping when needed to, giving Saka and Martin Odegaard an option. And it's a derby game as well. When you're going into 50-50, you make sure you either take the man or you take the ball. Go in hard. Don't go half-heartedly. So I'll give him a standard 5. For Saliba today, poor again, giving the ball away too much, but defensively he was solid. He didn't let anyone get in behind him. He's covering for his own mistakes, to be quite honest. So I'll give him a standard 5 as well. Gabriel Magalhaes, he's a boss, man. Honestly, he steps in so aggressive, wins his headers. That's what I needed Saliba to perform like today, but he let me down today. So, but Magalhaes, I'll give him a 7, and Zinchenko 7 as well. He done his bit. You know, we all know he's not great defensively, but he defended well today, and he was popping around the ball, getting involved in the midfield. Trying to find those passes. There was a couple of times he found Fabio Vieira in behind and Reece Nelson even when he came on, And I like that. He takes the ball, he demands the ball, and he makes things happen. You know, he starts that attack and he sees those passes. He's not scared to play it into someone who's marked or pop it around. He takes that sort of like gamble, which is what you need in a derby game, because if you sit safe, you play those easy, simple balls, but you're just going to end up drawing the game. So, yeah, he did well as well.
What
And
about
Raya, who? Sorry?
the goalkeeper? Yeah, go on, Raya.
Yeah, Raya's, again, those 2 goals, nothing he could have done. He couldn't have got any close to the ball. He made a great save I think it was in the first half, when Johnson almost had a tap in for an empty goal, but you saw how quickly he moved his feet and got across the goal. His distribution class again, but we just didn't have that outlet of a big centre forward or someone who can take it down, hold it up, and bring other players in. For me, I would have taken off Eddie, left Jesus on, and bring Kai Havertz up top. That's what I would have done. Definitely would have left Jesus, but he's just coming back from injury as well. You don't know if they're managing him so that he's more. He gets more up to speed.
There's a lot of games to go. There's really games to go.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not too disheartened by the 1 point. You know, it's not like we lost the game. We played. Tottenham are a very good side at the moment, so I'm not very disheartened. I'm quite pleased with what I've seen. But
they beat United.
We deserve 3 points today, but we move.
Well, yeah, but what do you call it? We move anyway. We're just gonna do this quickly. I'll go anyway.
Where are we at now? We just did Odegaard, right? Eddie.
Oh, Martin. Yeah, Martin Odegaard.
Yeah, go on.
He needs to do Odegaard.
Odegaard, yeah.
I don't know Odegaard. Saying he didn't do Odegaard.
Oh, Odegaard. I did. I said he worked very hard today. He was pressing really
he did.
well. He's leading the press, and he was there with Declan Rice in the middle of the park, suffocating Basuma and Papisar and Madison. You saw how we closed them down. We won every single second ball, and as soon as Rice came out,
we're very good at this season, winning second balls. But I think we move on to Fabio Vieira now.
Fabio Vieira, yeah. No, we talked about Fabio.
Yeah, we done Vieira. So it's the strikers now.
Eddie didn't get you.
Eddie today, 4 for Eddie Nketiah, man. I feel like Eddie Nketiah is our weakest link in this team, and it needs to be addressed. Yeah, he needs to go out of the team. The same way we were saying Havertz needed to go out of the team. I feel like Eddie Nketiah needs to go out of the team and play in the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, build up his confidence. So when later in the season, because of injuries or whatever, you need him, he can come in and have a point to prove. And for me, in the summer, this summer coming up, or in Jan, if there's money on the table for Eddie, let him go. Because if you want to compete at the top level, your second striker needs to be as good as Alvarez, as good as Rashford, as good as Tony. And so for me, Eddie, like I always, because of like from when he was in the academy, I had a liking to him. I used to compare Eddie to even though he was dumb, I used to compare him to Thierry Henry because of how clinical he was. He was taking his chances. He was a poacher. But because Arteta is asking him to do so many other things like interlink with play, he's lost that aspect of his game. I don't know if he can gain it, because every season, one thing about him for the past 3 seasons, he has raised up his level every single season. I don't know if he can raise it to give us the goals we need. But for me,
let's just do it suddenly so that we can move on quickly. So what you give?
Poor. He was poor.
Okay. Seni, Eddie.
For me, Eddie, what Lamin said, he's got a point there, but he's not entirely our weakest link. It's just the way Eddie plays is a striker who's willing to run in behind defenders, He's not someone who's going to be doing little interchange passes at the edge of the box. And he's a fox in the box, like we said. He's a proper old school like striker, if you know what I mean. So the way we play, isn't suiting the way he likes to play and make him get opportunities, if you know what I mean. So a lot of people just, especially our own fans, disrespect Eddie, but he didn't. He wasn't England's top goal scorer at under 21 level by mistake. The guy's a finisher, but if you see most of his goals, yeah, he's in and around the 6-yard box, or he's running in behind the defender, and that's what we need to play to his strength to make him come alive. But obviously, we play a different type of football. We build up different. Everything comes in through the middle or via the wings. We don't play our strikers in behind the ball. We hardly see that unless we're counter-attacking. So apart from that, he works hard. He gives the team a good pressing sort of like force at the front with Odegaard and Jesus up top. So he didn't have a bad game today, but he didn't have a great game. He didn't pull out trees for me today. So I'll give him a standard 5-6.
Yeah, for me, Eddie is 4 anyway. 4. Thumbs, Eddie.
Eddie Nketiah, man. But I keep saying it. I think Balogun's a better finisher, bro. He's not ruthless enough. The guy's not ruthless enough. And how old is he? 24.
23.
23. Okay. Well, he still has time, but at 23, man, you should be a top striker. So for me, Arsenal should sell him. Go get a better striker, because these are the games, man. Like the small margins. This is what separates title winning team and a contender. So for me, I give him like 5.
Yeah, I'll give him 4 anyway. Anyway, we'll move. Jesus. Let's make it shorter, yeah, so that we can.
Jesus, I thought he had a good game today. He should have taken that chance, but still, I'll give him a 6.5.
6.5.
Gabriel Jesus, I'll give him a 5. He's better than that, man. Definitely better than that.
Send it, Jesus.
But you're on mute. You're on mute, yeah.
Sorry. Jesus, I'll give him a 6. You know, he missed a very important chance for us, but you can see the chaos he creates in the box. So he definitely gave defenders a different type of problem today. But a 6.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I'll give him 6 as well. He didn't do badly. He didn't do good as well. You know, but the last one is who was the last one again? Saka, yeah. Go on, Saka.
Saka. You know what? I was a bit disappointed. He had a good game, but I was a bit disappointed with Saka. Saka should have been going at that. What's the right back? Udogie?
Left back, Udogie, yeah.
Left back, yeah. So, bro, like, the guy had a card very early, 15 minutes into the game, and you should be going at him. And he didn't, like, for me, he didn't attack that guy enough. But still, he got his goal, and he created both of the goals anyway. So I'll give him a 7.
Yeah, I need to do other player rating, but I've got to go. Sorry, guys. So probably we'll talk about it more in our next stream Thursday.
No
and
problem.
then
Come on, bro. Get me.
guys.
See.
Right.